What is up, guys? We are here at the 2025 Adrenaline RC Invitational, getting ready to do some practice here. As you guys saw earlier, much earlier when this video comes out, we got both of our track walks out. Tracks look spectacular, so I'm excited to get on the track and play some toy cars. I didn't get to race the Invitational last year, so I'm excited to get on the track and race with some good buddies. I'm here tucked in this little kind of back area, so everything's kind of cramped back here, but got our pit space set up and ready to go. I'll swing you around and show you that. Today is, of course, day one, so it's just practice. So we have some open practice throughout the day, and then starting at 10 on the hour, every hour, there's 10 minutes of invite-only practice, so we'll get some opportunity to drive with just the invite class guys, which will be super duper fun. Spin you around, and I'll show you all of our pit space we've got set up here. Got everything set up, pit light going, batteries are charging. Got a bit of a mess I got to clean up. Like I said, it's a bit tight back here, but we're generally organized. Got our camera over there, tools set up. Nitro buggy sitting up there, soldering iron, the lovely shock oil bottle. Always got to have a shock oil bottle. So we are continuing on our merry way here. Excited to get on track, and then you guys, of course, will see very shortly our first few runs.
I appreciate it. Track's super cool. Take the right tire out. Not bad. It's definitely going to be a grooved up track. Can't wait. This guy taking sector one.
Oh, that's because I tried to go into turn one with no brake to see if it would hold. The answer was it did not.
25.3. That's from 5 to 6 p.m. Driver photos and car photos, 5 to 6 p.m.
Alrighty, guys, we're doing a midday check-in while we've been running some practice. I've gotten a few runs with the nitro car and the electric car, just kind of dialing things in. Grip has come up very, very quickly, so we've gone from blues to aquas pretty quick. At the moment, the nitro car, just trying to figure out what diffs to go up to, because that grip is, of course, coming up. The diffs in it, I believe I had 12.5, 10, 7, just getting a little bit light. So gonna go up some, not quite entirely sure how far up I'm gonna go, but I am gonna go a little bit higher on that. For the e-car, it's feeling good. It's got a little bit of a push to it, so I actually swapped to a Lexan wing on there to try and see if get a little bit more rotation out of it. And then, like I said, we went to the aqua compound on there. Nitro buggy just sitting up top, waiting to figure out what I'm gonna do on that guy. But e-buggy is feeling good. Like I said, it's got that little bit of a push to it. But overall, feeling pretty good. A little bit slower than the other guys, but that's okay, because we are making progress throughout the day. Each and every run getting a little bit closer, a little bit quicker. So we're gonna continue practicing. Hopefully I can drop in close to where those guys' hot laps are and have a good invite weekend. Worst case scenario, you know, I'm gonna fill the heats. And yeah, we'll just be a heat filler, make an extra car on the track. That way it feels a little bit more full, feels more exciting. I'll take everybody out. It'll be a great weekend. Alrighty, so a second update here, kind of as we get towards the end of the day. We got one more practice session to go. Cars are feeling okay. I have resorted to having to run a more slicked out tire because we're going through tires pretty quick, so I need to make sure I have enough for the remainder of the weekend. So cars feel a little funky on a more slicked out tire just because of the dust and stuff, but we're getting around, we're making it work. So got one more run to do with the e-buggy, trying to get a little bit more steering out of it. So I went to a more narrow hex. That way we could get it to move just a touch more, not quite as wide, get it to be a bit more aggressive, hopefully. And then I'm gonna also work on gluing some tires for tomorrow. So the plan is, got another set of blues getting glued up. That way we can run those for qualifier round number 1 tomorrow in both e-buggy and our nitro buggy. And then once I glue those guys up, I'm gonna do a set of aquas. So I've already got one set of each already glued up. Fix that real quick, there we go. I've already got one set of each glued up, so I figure my blues will get run once per car. So I've got one set per car once I do this gluing. I'll do that for Q1, and then Qs 2 and 3, I'll run aquas. And then by the end of Q3, those will probably be shot. And then I'll have to glue up my last set of aquas for main day. And then I gotta scavenge around a little bit to try and find some tires to run also on main day. Because I think the set of aqua 2s will be fine for e-buggy, but I think I'm gonna need something a bit stiffer for the longer nitro race. So we're gonna get to gluing, get that last practice session done with our e-buggy, and we'll probably do one more check-in at the end of the day today, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow, of course, for qualifying day. Good morning, everybody. It is qualifying day here at the Invitational. Finished out with a little bit of practice last night. I didn't do another check-in, but I did run one more time of e-buggy. I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm just overdriving a little bit, so I'm going to focus on just hitting my lines, not necessarily ripping on the throttle today while we get into qualifying. Luckily, no matter what, there's 8 guys in the group, so I've made the main, so I'm pretty much a big deal now, so I'm just saying. But we're getting prepped and ready here. Got my e-buggy behind me, almost ready to go. Got a little bit of food behind me too. I've tried to clean up my table. I'll show you guys here in a sec. But we have started the process with our e-buggy here. Gonna go out on some nice blue relapses for the morning. Track is pretty wet from dew. We started super early. Started at 7 a.m. this morning. So really didn't have any practice off the track, just went straight into qualifying. I think there was like one session just to get the edge off of the top layer, did a driver's meeting, went into qualifying. So as the sun comes out through the day, of course, it'll start to dry out, but I think with the moisture, blues will definitely be the better way to go. This guy's race 16, I believe nitro buggy is gonna be race 23. I did go up my diffs in the nitro, I'm 20, 15, 12 and a half. E-buggy's still the same, with the exception of I've got that Lexington wing on, which I might have gone over yesterday. So we'll get through round 1, see how things go. Luckily, effectively, like I said, because we're all gonna be in the main, I have 6 practice sessions to an extent. At least for nitro, it's a long main, so no matter what, I don't think it's gonna matter whether you start 1st or 8th because of the length of it. E-buggy will be a little bit more important because of how tight the mains will be. It should be a double main. I think they're either like 5 or 8 minutes. So I don't even know how my own events run, but I'll figure it out. So hopefully e-buggy goes well enough to where I can be slightly up. Nitro buggy, we'll just work throughout the day, kind of lock things in, and we'll see how it goes.
This will be Brandon Rose, any associated top of the leaderboard, 13-5-18, Douglas Shinkoff, in the number 2 spot, Douglas in the sector. Douglas making the trip down across the border from Canada. Right now in the number 2 spot, only 4 tenths of a second back. He is also your Canadian Corps national champion, both E-Buggy and Nitro Buggy. Oh, he lost the wheel out there. Is that Brandon Rose? Oh, it is. It's Brandon Rose lost the left front wheel. Oh, man. Took me a minute to be able to see the paint scheme, but I saw an eye on it. Brandon scooped out of the gate, off the left front. So we keep up now on number 2 spot, Brandon Wilson holding on to number 3, Jacob Hardison working the 4, David Olson holding on to the 5, Wiggins Cooper now to the number 4 spot, Hardison working the 5, David Olson on the 6, Winchester 7. Douglas Seatbelt out in front, 13-5-19, 1 into the second up on Wilson. Oh, Joe Wilson not going to come across front. He's coming over the top spot, 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. And Seatbelt going to take it right back away and run close to get on the racetrack as well. Well, right front of the driver's stand, making his way into that double. Here comes Seatbelt now, he's coming up over the double. Barco versus the associated right now, running 1 and 2. Hey guys, just as a reminder now, there are 2 cones out at the back. If there is 1 cone, that means 1 driver. If there are 2 cones, that means 2 drivers. Make sure that you're standing by the cone, please. I know that we have some additional marshals in a lot of the races, and there's only 8 out there. But let's just make sure that we get all of the cones covered properly, okay? Douglas Seatbelt right over that top spot. So if we're going to lead it up, Army Escort, stand the line. Jason Wilson in number 3, Wilson in 4, Hardison 5, Wilson down in the 7. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Douglas Seatbelt, 14 seconds up on Daniel, 9 seconds up on Jason. Jason, 1.5 seconds up on David. Jason in the number 5 spot, 2 minutes for the second guy. You are 3:20 down and 1:40 to go. 1:40 remaining. And the one side goes in, a little seat off of that right spot. Escort, Barco, 1, 2, and 3. Jason punches a 4.3 second time on 1.9 second time over. So the minute 15 left to go. Douglas Seatbelt into the back there, out in front, coming across the start finish line, working that left-hand side of the track. Around here, in he goes, up over the small tabletop. And that's trouble, now the trouble in front of the starter stand. He's back up down the hill. Douglas is looking really good here. Douglas leaning over here on the right-hand side, looking in through the dog leg. Coming across the start finish line. He is maintaining a nearly 2-second lead here up on the field. 45 seconds left to go. Douglas Seatbelt looking good here and in by E-Buggy. Now working the back section of the back. And Seatbelt wide. Fiddler and Olson at number 3, got 4 Hardison to 5, Wilson at 6, that's 3 to 7, now going to Wilson into the 5, Hardison down to 6, that's the 4 to 7. That was 4 to 5, he's going up on the line, he's holding back a little bit on the effort. Douglas going back to the first finish, he's fired to get back to it to get it all done. Here he comes towards the dog leg. He's looking at about a 15-minute break top. Then we right straight into Q2 and Q3. Invitational. for number 3, Jake Strickland for a big poster by Ben Brooks, 15-7. That's 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. It's going to be Campbell in the escort. Running the ProMotion tires out in front. 3 tenths of a second up on Brandon Rose is in the Associated. Running the State Concept tires. Brandon Shepherd by 3 tenths of a second. Second up on Brandon Rose. Brandon Rose now 1.7 seconds up on Douglas Sheepback. He's now 1.7 seconds up on John Wilson and moves to the number 4. And Wyman is really going well. Strickland by 2 tenths here. 5 minutes in restart after this. 5 minutes in restart after this. Brandon Rose still battling out for that top spot, separated by 6 tenths. Wilson now climbs up to number 3 spot. Wilson fast still on track as he takes off a 74.2 fast lap. They stay on the line, still maintaining race lead, 13.517. See where Wilson's going to be at. Wilson now 3.6 seconds back at Brandon Rose. Oh man, what a lap there from Rose. 24 run that time by. Still 3 tenths of a second, separating 1 and 2. Looks like a 54 score last time by. Could have been a 20 left to go. One minute left. Brandon Rose holding on at number 2, John Wilson 3, Douglas Sheepback 4, Jason Strickler into 5, Luke Burton 6, Lee Strickler into 7, 40 seconds left to go. Restart after this break, along with truck fans, so we'll get about a 15-minute break. We'll get a cycle here as well. Jacob Hardison and Lee Bedford on the line has been in control of this one. He's pretty much done the shoulder, so his spot is about to expire. He is now opening up a 3-second lead on the field. And the line on fire here in Q1. Line up and go on that far left-hand side of the track. Everybody's got to fill me in on what the lead sensor wire is thinking.
Alrighty, so now we are checking in after our first qualifier of e-buggy and nitro buggy. Things went okay. Wasn't crazy fast compared to some of the other guys, but I had good, consistent, clean runs that didn't have any issues. So overall, laps and time wise, I'm not too far off, which is nice to know. Made a couple of changes on the e-buggy specifically. Let me focus this up. On the e-buggy, I kind of felt like throughout the entirety of practice and then definitely through the qualifier, I was lacking a little bit of top speed. I had a 1900 in there, so I swapped out to a 2050 that I had, and hopefully that means that I'll have just a little bit more power. The car felt pretty good. Still has a touch of a push to it, but the power was definitely the big thing. So we went ahead, threw in that slightly larger motor there. I added a touch of anti-squat to the back to allow for some more off-power rotation and then to get a little more acceleration out of the hole. And then on the front here, to get just a little bit more steering out of it. I don't know if you can see it there, but to get a little bit more aggression out of it, I moved this pill from being up and in to being middle and in. Still have the 2.2 front bar, and then I went to a Mallory Performance 0 plate, just to get a little bit more initial steering. So not a whole lot of crazy changes at all when it comes to the actual car itself, but I think that it'll allow it to just be more efficient around the track. One of the other things that I noticed going along with that push and then the kind of being low on power was the corner speed was okay. I went back and watched some of my videos using my camera that I've been recording like the actual races with, and I definitely noticed that comparatively speaking, the corner speed is not a lot slower, but an okay amount slower. So I'm hoping that by doing all of these things, that means that I'll be able to get through the turns a lot quicker and then obviously get to the turns quicker. So we'll see how it goes. An okay amount of changes. I usually don't make a ton of changes, but why not? You know, when in Rome, right? So we'll try that out, see how it goes. Nitro buggy, solid, clean run, no issues really. I think at this point, it's just driver and just putting laps and laps in. As we all know, I put way more laps in overall on e-buggy than I do nitro in the little bit of driving that I get to do anyway. So I don't get to do a lot of driving, and I definitely don't do a lot of nitro driving, just like Mugen Challenge. So just kind of taking that with a grain of salt. Working through the day, like I said earlier, I'm going to be in the main because there's only 8 invite guys. So just going to use the qualifiers to, if I can, move higher up in the order, but mostly just continue learning the car, continue getting better and better at driving it, and then hopefully by main time, you know, we're all set to go. I think the big thing right now for that is just figuring out compound. We went out on blue relapse for the first qual. I think that there was still a okay amount of moisture. Probably could have gotten away with a green, but it would have been maybe a hair sketchy at the end. We're in this kind of weird transition point right now. So we'll see what the sun will do as we continue through the day. I think it's going to be a touch warmer, so I imagine by the last qualifier, we'll be back on the aquas like we were yesterday, but time will tell. So we'll see how qual 2 goes, and hopefully I can make some progress.
Daniel, when we get done with the front, we got to make sure we check the gas and the generator. I bet it's getting really low. All right, it's second line out of front, 13-5-12. Ron set TQ in the first round of qualifying. He's got a really strong escort crew this weekend. Here he comes across start finish line. 13-5-09 is his pace. Johnny Wilson in on the seat by 13-5-11. He sets it into 3 and a 13-5-16 lead. Now Brandon Ridley for the 4, Jason 5. He covers the 6, Jacob Harris the 7, and David Olson in the 8. Open night for W, 17, we're going up next, 317, we're getting warmed up. Down the line for Big League Wayne, 1 second up on the field right now. Johnny Wilson still up on number 2, Lee Stepper right there in the 3, 1, 2, and 3 on the circle, about 7 tenths, Brandon Rose, 8 tenths in the second round of the lead. Behind top of the leaderboard, it's Escort, Sparko, and Associated right under the top 4. He's got Lee Stepper looking at number 5. He's going to that, we're going to take a break. Winchester down to 3, Jason at 4, David 5, Douglas 6, Jacob 7, Andy Rose in 8. Can you please go on the field? Please don't miss a bit. 120 down, 340 left to go. Kansas line, 7 tenths of a second up on Joe Wilson. Jason in that number 4 spot, David Olson at 5. Here by 1 second. Keep it up, keep it up, go. Bears Sparkles are now in the 2 and 3. Artisan now up to the number 4 spot. Jacob Green, 3 tenths to take it up on Jason. Jason also 6 tenths up on David. That changes up a little bit now. Jason up to the 4. Olsen now to the 5, 7, 6, 3:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Between Daniel Line and Lee Fisher now. Jordan Wilson in number 3. 2 seconds back to 2. Dave Olsen bringing it 4. Hardison 5. Jason in 6. Douglas 2 touchdowns. And Wilson off to go for him. 36 left to go. This line set for this 1, 2, and 3. He's going to hold on to that car now. He's going to come down straightaway. He's going to do a little bit. Down the line. In round number 2, he's going to keep you overall. We're going to take it to David. 4 and 5.
All right, guys, we're gonna do our Q2 check-in here, track side, because I want to show you guys the track. Q2 went pretty well. All those changes that I made on the e-buggy were super solid. The car was pretty prime. Still didn't necessarily improve my position, but I was much closer in relation to everybody else, so I think I've got a bit of a fighting chance now. Nitro buggy, didn't do anything to it, just left it with the setup that it had on it, with the 2-run blue relapse, and it was really freaking good. So I got a 4 for the round for round number 2, which is awesome. Hopefully try to move myself up the order a little bit. It's very, very tight in the invite group, of course, because there are loads of super duper fast drivers in it. But gonna spin us around here. And I just want to take a look at this lovely track. I don't know if the camera picks it up super well, but it is pretty black all the way around it. I think in the sun it almost looks more white. See if I can't turn around here and get a better view. I think that's a pretty good view of this 180 here. Track is in spectacular form. Got some people doing some track walks over there. But things are looking really, really good. Depending on the angle, if you have this in the sun, I mean, it's pretty dark all the way around, which is awesome. Probably one of the best surfaces that we've had here at Adrenaline. So super duper happy with how everything is coming out. Seems like everybody's having a great time. Haven't had really any complaints at all. The track, like I said, has been absolutely prime all weekend, so hopefully we can continue that into tomorrow. Still have lots of qualifying to do today. We're gonna finish out with round 3, and then of course we're gonna move inside to do some 10 skill, and then I'll have a little bit of a break to get my cars prepped and ready for tomorrow's main day. But after round 1, I was feeling a little iffy. Going into round 2 after that and everything feeling absolutely prime. I'm looking really forward to round number 3, and hopefully we can move up the order and play super well going into our mains tomorrow.
Already, only worse than that is the Ohio State Buckeye fans. That's bad. I don't think anybody likes the Buckeyes. Even Ohio State don't like themselves. All right, race number 16 is on the way. Race number 17 is coming up next. It's going to be down the line. 1:30 left to go. Out at the run on it. 13.509. Brandon Rose in the number 2 spot now. David Olds going to move up to the number 2. David may have found something in that sparkling close. That was up to the number 2 spot. 1:20 to race lead. The guy Steve Bannon running it over here. And Rose on that next. Number 2 spot. Looking in number 3. Got it up holding on to 14. The hardest to that 5. Brandon Rose in the 6th race at 1:07. And we set for 1:8. 2 minutes down. 3 minutes to go. Race number 17. Getting warmed up. Open up the boogie. Down the line. 3.7 seconds up on this. And looks like he's got the second spot over at Utah. He's got right now still leading the way. Indianapolis 13-5, looking strong here. 3.7 seconds up on the field. Now on the promotion tires, working on that hand side of the track. Then we can move to the indoor track. Got a few things I got to put away in here. So the opening transfer got worked off of the picture that has been trying to use the knocking from the inside of the screen to the indoor track. That'll be the only thing with the whole program that will not be going to the inside of the screen that is the opening transfer. Big Hardison in 7, Shannon Lyman in 8. He's on a 13-5 play, 2.5 seconds up on Bailey Holcomb. That's a pair of Sparkers when they're in a 1 and 2. Raymond Rose, the Indians, facing number 3. They can be the number 4. Gonna make out what kind of call is this around. Look on that far left hand side. Just gonna hear something here just a moment. Let's see. He's running in the 5 spot. Lead puts her up to the 4. Olsen in a cleat. Rose down to the number 2 with Wilson out in front. Wilson 3.5 seconds up on Raymond Rose. Rose 1.6 seconds up on Olsen. Olsen at 1.2 seconds up on Winchester. something different, maybe a different set of tires. Not carrying the speed that he had earlier in T1 and T2. Seconds left to go, 50 seconds remaining. Johnny will find out what the 4-second lead up on Brandon Rose. Rose now 2.7 seconds up on Winchester. Johnny Wilson 5.6 seconds up on Rose. Rose in center battle now, separated by 1.6 seconds for the number 2 spot. Olsen Green Haskell is second at 3. Olsen's definitely found something in their car. That's position. He is picking up some speed here in his third round. Douglas shoots out in the center, Danny line in the 8. Race clock has the start, and keep on reading the computer call, you're done.
All right, guys, it is now main day here at the Adrenaline RC Invitational 2025. We are getting prepped and ready to go. Last night, did some work on the nitro buggy. I didn't do like discs or anything because those are already good to go. I rebuilt those earlier in the weekend, but I did throw a different clutch on there, new bearings, got that all squared away and good to go. E-buggy, I think it's all set. I think from here, it's just a matter of tire game. The cars feel good. Driver is okay. But I've got tires that I'm gluing right now, and then I prepped a little bit last night as well. So we are in the process of gluing up some nice blue relapses there. And then I've got some aquas and a set of blues back there. And then I've got a set of aquas that is in my tire bag. A little bit of a tight space back here, if you guys have seen for the weekend. I'm trying to not have it look like a complete mess. It's like halfway organized. There's just so much stuff that it's hard to actually be clean per se, but it's all where it needs to be, but that's okay. So I think maybe just bleed shocks, finish up gluing tires, and then keep an eye on track. My plan for the day, I think for nitro buggy based off tire wear is definitely going to be an Aqua 2 for sure. If anything, it might even need a touch stiffer because it's a 30-minute main, and I roasted a set of aquas in like 10 minutes yesterday and through practice day. So we'll figure that out. But the starter will be good. Hopefully there'll just be enough groove in the track and I can drive well enough that I won't have any problem at all, but we'll find out. E-buggy is kind of on the fence. I've felt better with the blues, which is why I've got 2 sets glued up. That way I can either run 2 times on my set of aquas, or I can run a fresh set of blues for each race. So we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling pretty good. No matter what, I'm having fun this weekend. I'm having a good time driving with all of the Invite homies. So if I place well, awesome. If I finish last, doesn't matter. The track's a lot of fun. We did a great job building that. Everybody's had a lot of fun on the indoor track that I built. So I'm content. I think it's been fun. So we'll see what main day brings.
Left-hand side of the track. Go. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast here from Lead RC Productions at Adrenaline RC. What's going on here in the YouTube land? Ready. Marshall's ready. Everybody's going on the call here in less than 5. Already it's going to be Jonah Wilson leading off Endless Sparko. He took TQ. After 3 rounds qualified, cancel the line. NES works right behind him in the number 2 spot. Here to come through the middle section of the track. For lap number 1. Shootbelt right there with him as well. 200 Canadian Roar champion in both E-buggy and nitro buggy, running in the 3 spot here at the 9th annual Invitational at Adrenaline RC Raceway. Left-hand side of the track now, 1, 2, 3, and 4. A little bit of daylight now done in between Brandon Rose and Lee Spencer. As they come in through the middle section of the track again, is Jonah Wilson still out in front. Running the Sparko chassis on the J Concept tires, followed very closely by the qualifications line on the promotion tires. Then you go down the front straight. He lets you still have a little bit of control. That's going to put Brandon Rose now. Up to the green flag. Rose in the associated. On the J Concept tires, left hand side of the track. Here to come back into the middle section once again. Candle line, keeping the pressure here on Jonah Wilson. 1, 2, and 3. Rose with a little bit of a correction there. Still very close together for your top 3 on the right-hand side. Oh, no, Candle's going to grab the pipe. He's going to roll upside down. That's going to put Rose now up to the 2 spot. Jonah Wilson's got on in front right where he started. 120 down, 640 left to go. Here to come down the hill. Into the middle section of the track. Jonah Wilson keeping it nice, tight, smooth, and clean on the landers and around the pipe. Working the right-hand side of the track now at the dog leg. There's the line perfectly down the front straight. Goes a little squirrely coming down the front straight. Keeps it under control. Gets up a little bit of time here for Rose. But Rose down into the back 4. Here comes Stan climbing at number 3 spot. Lee Spencer working at number 4. You've got Jason in the 5, Douglas in the 6, Jacob in the 7, David Olson in the 8. 2 minutes down, 6 minutes left to go. The battle for the race lead starting to tighten up a little bit as Rose gets closer and closer here too. Jonah Wilson down the front straight, way to go. Rose is right there with him. On to the left-hand side of the track, battle for the race lead, going to the top 5. Here he comes down the hill, into the middle section of the track. No traffic in front of him. 1, 2, and 3, very close together. Back section of the track, up and over the big double, they go in the back. Jonah Wilson with the Sparko, with that top spot. Brandon Rose in the associated, working the 3. Cam line in the upward, in the 3 spot. Jimmy Rose in the 2. We got Lee Spencer also in the Sparko in the 4. We got a 4-car breakaway from the field. Douglas in the Techno, working the 5. Hardison in the 6. Strickler in that 7. Olson in the 8. Here now, right at 3 minutes down, and 5 minutes left to go in the 8-minute final. Brandon Rose starting to feel the pressure here from Cam Line. Cam Line looking to the inside, not able to make a move as they were coming to the sweeper at the end of the front straightaway. Brandon Rose trying to drive a little bit defensively now while keeping tabs here on Jonah Wilson. Wilson trying to open up a gap. Rose ain't having any other. He's staying right there with him. 1, 2, and 3, very close together. Here comes Spencer. Spencer getting in on the action in that number 4 spot, right-hand side of the track. Jonah Wilson, Brandon Rose, stand the line, lead Spencer 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh man, that looks like Rose. Oh, Jonah Wilson to the inside, trying to find a way around. Jonah Wilson here. Wilson having to drive defensively. We're on the right-hand side of the track. Brandon Rose trying to find a way around to the race. Oh man, he's all over his back bumper here. Not able to make a pass. Now that lead down, tightening up even more. As it's a 4-car battle on the left-hand side of the track. Here they come down the hill. Jonah Wilson trying to hold on to it. Brandon Rose all over his back bumper here, followed by Candle Line and Lee Spencer. Anybody's race here with 4 minutes down, 4 minutes left to go. Right-hand side of the track. Jonah Wilson has led every single lap here so far, but boy, he has got a bumper full of trouble coming up behind him. Brandon Rose trying to find a way around. Looks like the car's starting to come in a little bit here for Rose. He's got a little bit faster car, but he's got to find a way around Jonah Wilson. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to follow than it is to lead. Wilson keeping him at bay right now as they work that right-hand side of the track. Here to come down the front straightaway, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Left-hand side, around the hairpin style, at the tabletop. Down the hill. Rose trying to find a way around. He's right there. Oh, Rose right to the inside once again. Not able to put, oh man, hard into the pipe there for both Rose and Line, but Line spun around. Rose is able to bounce off and keep it under control. Lee sets her right there in the number 3 spot. Oh, Rose trying to, oh man, going for the jump pass there from Center, not able to pull it off. Bouncing off the pipe for Wilson. It's going to be D. Rose to the top of the leaderboard now. Oh, come on, easy. Cameron Line getting a little excited there. Getting into the back of, oh man, we'll see. Oh, I do. That's what I did coming up through there for Jonah Wilson. That left front wheel coming up done on the outside. He's still got 2.5 minutes left to go. That thing is not going to be a peak performance here. Brandon Rose looking for a win here in A main number 1. It is not combined position for your tiebreaker, combined position. So it counts for both 1 and 2. Got to make sure you put in good runs in both of them. Brandon Rose now opens up a little bit of gap here on Wilson with that left front tire coming undone. Man, that thing's getting worse and worse. He's got 2 minutes left to go on the race clock. Candlelight all over his back bumper here. Trying to find a way around. Oh man, now he's got a left rear tire coming undone. Right rear tire coming undone also. Lee sets all over the backside of Candlelight. Oh, Lee trying to dive it into the corner. Same way Camden did earlier. Now Camden's going to get all kinds of spoilers. It's going to be Lee set for now to the number 3 spot. Big correction there for Jonah Wilson in the number 2 spot. Here he comes on the right-hand side of the track. And those tires hold on here for another 90 seconds. He's taking it nice and easy. You can tell he's not pushing the brake hard unless he's got to make the correction mid-air. Left-hand side of the track. Jonah Wilson holding on to the 2 spot. Candlelight now back to the 3. Lee sets her in at 4. Here comes Schutfeld in the 5. Brandon Rose over here on the right-hand side of the track. Rose now coming across that first finish line out in front. Race number 21. 40 plus 3 buckets. Final up next.
1 minute left.
7 minutes down and 1 man left to go. Oh, no, one side down here. No, thank you, sir. Thank you, Marshall. Good job. Oh, good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, right in front of Jonah. Trying to get it all worked out. All right, that 2, 3, and 4 now starting to tighten up a little bit as Brandon Rose is pulling away from the field. And it's going to be a signing game too, because I think if Jonah didn't have that tire coming unglued, I think he might have caught that well before I thought. Kind of backed down just a little bit. He is still running strong, holding on that 2. Oh man, that thing is just barely hanging on. Oh no, he at least says we're together. Jonah's just not able to get the drives he needs as those tires are coming undone. Push now, Candlelight up to the 2 spot, lead center to 3, number 2 up 4, and Jonah looks to the 5. Race clock is about to expire. Big lead now for B. Rose, the Indy Associated. Run the J Concept tires out in front. That's the back section of the track now. Up and over to Big W goes. As the race clock expires, race back to the line, you're done. Jason, you're done. Here comes Brandon Rose. He takes the win here. Indy number 1. Candlelight going to go on in the 10. Lee says we're going to go 3 seconds. He's on 4. Jonah Wilson's going to go on 5. Jake Harrison 6. Jason Script for 7. And David Olson trying to have the field in the 8. All right, guys. You know, 1 to finish up. We got Jacob here. Here comes Jacob. And there we go, guys. That's the race, everybody. 5. All right, we're off and running. 8 minutes to do battle. Jonah Wilson had that unfortunate tire issue where his tires come unglued in A-main number 1. He's got a wicked fast Marco here, leading to here in A-main number 2. Wilson over here on the right-hand side of the track, that Candlelight right there in his back pocket. 1 and 2 to finish the breakaway from the field. They come across that start-finish line. It finishes out just like it is right now. It's going to be Candlelight going to be taking the win overall. He finished second in A1. Himself right now running in the 2 spot here in A2. Lee sets it right there in the 3. He's going to do it, dude. Oh, man, what a good save from Olsen. Going to put the Rose now up to that number 4 spot. We're going to come back around the front straightaway. Jonah Wilson leading the way. Candlelight in that number 2. Separated about 4/10 of a second last time by the line. Candlelight giving a lot of pressure on him here. Oh, Candlelight going to get wrong, roll upside down. Candlelight leads center to flip up right on his back bumper here. 1:15 down, 45 left to go. Jonah, Camden, Lee, Brandon, and Jason Strickler, your top 5. Dave Olson in the 6, Douglas Schutfeld 7, Dave Hardison in the 8. 1:30 down and 6:30 left to go. Hey, Maddie, when the truck clears out, would you grab that but never mind. Oh, he just knocked it out of the way. Oh, man, right now, what if I tell Maddie to grab that big rock or whatever it was that opens up there on the track. It's going to be Brandon Rose that grabs it and rolls upside down. Going to fall down to that 8 spot now. 1:50 down and 6:10 left to go. Jonah Wilson well out in front of the field. Candlelight falls down to the number 3 spot. But Lee Pepper now to the number 2. Big finish just like it is right now. It's going to be line set for Wilson for your top 3. There's not going to goes up to that number 7 spot. Rose right now just outside of the podium. Got to pick up a couple more positions here if he needs to get on the podium. Johnny Wilson coming across the line with that top spot there. 3.5 seconds up on Winchester. Back line. Gonna spin it out as he came from the line. That's gonna allow Jason Strickland out to close up. Jason closing in on him. He's got all in the dust. Keegan out there. We're right now 3 minutes down, 5 minutes left to go. Right hand side of the track there for John Wilson. Oh man, that's good. He's fast through that dog leg. He sets the 3.4 seconds back. Line looking in number 3 spot, 5 seconds back into number 2. Jason holding on to the 4, David in the 5, Rose 6. I think Rose going to need one more position here if he wants to try to have a chance to get on. Oh my gosh, one's going for a huge trouble. Oh man, it's David Olsen. Man, big trouble there. Now Brandon Rose will work his way past Strickler. That's going to put him up 2 positions. That should put him back on the podium here.
There's a lantern fly on me.
Back to the 4th spot. Oh man, if it finishes out like it is, and just like that, from off of the podium all the way to the top of the podium for Brandon Rose, if it finishes out just like this. Wilson with the race lead, lead sets in at number 2, Campbell line at number 3, Brandon Rose 9 at 4, Jason in the 5, Douglas in the 6, 4:15 left to go. Rose trying to cross by 4 seconds now back in line. Line in the escort. We'll get another second over the track on the promotion tires. And line over on the right hand side of the track, man. Campbell one day is going to give him a big win. He has worked his butt off, but it is coming. He can see it. That kid has got great speed. Just needs a little bit of lady luck on his side. All these guys going to have a big win coming to them soon. Obviously a changing of the old guard. A lot of our old experienced racers are beginning to show their age, getting along in the tooth. That's right, they did. These youngsters are coming on strong and in a hurry. Now we'll get used to hearing these names a lot in the big RC racing team. These guys are going to be at the top consistently, race for race. Johnny Wilson right now with a 3.3 second lead up on Winchester. Setzer now 4.3 second lead up on Campbell line. Line now 3.7 seconds up on Brandon Rose. What's going on here in the meeting? Johnny Wilson right now with the race lead. Got a good little crowd watching online. 2:30 left to go. 2:30 left to go. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast here from Elite RC Productions at the Grand RC Raceway in Virginia. Johnny Wilson still leading away. 3.4 seconds up on the field. Campbell line still working in the 3 spot. 3.7 seconds back. Two minutes remaining. Brandon Rose 4.3 seconds behind line. 3.7 seconds line behind Setzer. Setzer 3.5 seconds on the race lead. All right, 6 minutes down, 2 minutes remaining. There's those two fellas holding on that 5 spot. 4 seconds back into 4. They're kind of spread apart a little bit here. That Jason holding on to 6 spot. 2.2. Oh. Comes out in the pit. Just like coming in the pit. Not quite looking like this Olsen here from 8-2. He's still got his invite of Micro Buggy to go. 30 minutes to still do battle here at the end of the day. And Wilson right now with a 4 second lead here on Setzer. 3.3 seconds up on line. This is working his way around Dick Partisan, starting running that number 7 spot. 1 minute left to go, guys. 1 minute left to go. Zero coming across the line, 4.8 seconds back to 10 line, 3.7 seconds back to lead set for Seth, 3.8 seconds out to race lead. And those close battles call right now, so everybody's kind of close apart. Good. Now this will be a problem there, fourth down the line. Here comes Zero, slipping up right on his back bumper. Zero's putting the pressure on line as they work the right-hand side of the track. Ready to come in through the dog leg. Down the front straightaway they go. Now the Zero's only separated by 3/10 of a second as they battle it out on the left-hand side, going up to the top of the hill. That's where versus associated right now for that number 3 spot. That's the closest and only battle on the track. A little bit of a hole starting to open up over here. Shouldn't affect the truggies any. It might affect the buggies a little bit. It's going to get in deeper. It's going to be a rut. Kind of a high load, high stress situation or corner there for the cars when they come around it. Now, the race clock expires. Jonah Wilson will get caught right at the line as he takes the win here. In lane number 2. Lee Spencer going to come on in at number 30 seconds to grid.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Brandon Rose on the 4. David Olson on the 1. A little bit here. The race leader working on the top left-hand side. Here he comes through that drop-down double on Friday. And for that practice, it's going to be a truck only event. It is your invite. Open Mr. Boogie here at the Drummond RC Raceway for the 2025 ninth running of the Invitational. Here we go, guys. Let's get them up, get them up, get them up. Let's clean them up, clean them up, clean them up. Got it, boy. We're off here and ready. It's going to be the upward. Up and the line. Going to lead them all. You got the spark of Jonah Wilson. Right there in the 2. Lee Spencer also in the spark of the 3. Followed by the associated of Brandon Rose in the 4. The spark of David Olson in the 5. Douglas Seatbelt of the Texas in the 6. They come around for lap number 1. Down the ball for the 4 finish line. Everyone's still out in front here after 1 lap. Oh, another one tries to tight roll hook that down. It's Juan, Wilson, Spencer, Rose, and Olson. Right now, your top 5. And the line still leading about half a second up on Wilson right now. They work the back section of the track. Wilson keeping the pressure in the line. Here early in this 30 minutes to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just as we started. Harrison working in at number 6 spot. Just doing that 7, 2008. 12 minutes down and 29 minutes left to go. Just before 5 o'clock. Just before 5. Down the line right now with that top spot. Brandon Wilson holding on that number 2. Lee Spencer holding on that number 3. Brandon Rose in the 4. David Olson in the 5. Ricky Harrison in that number 6. Jason Fisher in the 7. Douglas Seatbelt in the 8. 2 minutes down, 28 minutes left to go. Spencer, 3 seconds to take it up on the road. And the battle still high right here top of the leaderboard. In the middle section to the back section of the track. We've got the escort out in front here, back in line. Right hand side. Here he comes down the front footer across that start finish line. Johnny Wilson right there with him, 1 second to the track. Left hand side of the track here, that's where it's at. Left to go. Hang around 1.6 seconds left on the field. a little bit here. Here is Peter. Over on the top left hand side. Here comes Peter. Drop down roll. To the roll. Over the big double in the back section of the track. Right hand side. Here comes that through the dog leg. Same line out in front. Now there's another front gap here. You're all on John Wilson. Now the gap goes. Leading Thunder at number 3, 3.8 seconds back to the number 2. Jacob Harrison on the side. Harrison only 7 tenths of a second behind Rose. For that number 4 spot. And 26 minutes left to go. Out for the 4, Rose falls down to the 5.
Here, buddy.
Around that say that Rose taking right back away from Jacob. Lee Spencer now 4 tenths of a second behind. John Wilson is falling down. Oh man, John Wilson got a right front tire coming off. Oh man, quick guy, you better go through the tire. He's got one in his hand ready to go. Just realize that as he's going by, like this is the front tire. Wilson with a right front tire coming up done. He's going to get that thing put on during his fuel stop. They've got a long ways to go. I don't know, I think there might be short stop because the longer you wait, the slower you're going to go. The faster you get that on there, the better it's going to be. Here he comes down the front straightaway. 5 minutes down, 25 minutes left to go. Might be able to count the first minutes out of it. Might be able to drive way back through the field. And right now, you're running down the street spot. It's hard to pull it in, but you're definitely not going to make up time, especially if that tire comes off the chimney. I think it's just better to hang around. This one's fucking golden. It is just up there. Here he comes. He's got it into the pit. There he goes. Oh, man, I think I see it done. On the hand. Check them other tires, too, while you're there. Make sure they're good. Check them other tires while you're there. Make sure they're good. Oh, no, they dropped them. Oh, no. Oh, I think they dropped the wheel nut. They're trying to get it on. There you go. They get it on. There he goes. He's out. Good job. Run the victory. Good job, guys. I know that is stressful. Yeah. And Ron Lee's victory right now. Right now. People got about 6 seconds. And Rose coming back on. He's lifted on the first. And Rose coming forward. She's back out to the 5. Let's see where Wilson's going to be. I think Wilson's going to drop down to the 8th spot. He's still on the same lap. Yes, Wilson drops down to the 8th spot. The line there, so he is 1 lap back. Still not be able to follow the pole, but if he's got to put his head down, he's going to drive hard. And he's coming back winding that number 3 right on 9.6 seconds back to Lee Spencer. 6:30 down.
I got so many flies on me here.
6:30 to go. 23:30 remains. A lot of fuel bottles in hand here. Getting fired back up, they straighten him out just a little bit too far on fuel. That's what the engine on the fuel gun. Out of the pit now, 40.
No, how empty was the tank?
Try to get Cadillac fired back up. So there he goes. All right, oh no, you're going to put that out of the pit. You're right back on all 4. Oh man, that's a tough look. Talk about it here. Up down the front straightaway. On the other lane, Thank you, Jerome. There you go. Good job. Just like that. So quickly. We're 8:30 down and 21:30 left to go. Back to the podium. Taking advantage of all the races still forces. Big lead, Brandon, Douglas, Jacob, Jason, right now you're down to the line in the front table, but to the 8. Down, 20 minutes to go. 4 minutes race to go. For the motor tire blown off. That's a deal. Fall down to that 7th spot. Richard got a wicked fast car. Maybe clean the line. Both of our top qualifiers have the problem to the front running into 6 and 7 and second. For the number 5. Sparko leading the way. It's Sparko, Associated and Sparko right up to your top 3.
Kevin shouldn't be on a lap. He should be down a lap. How? It's impossible. I should be in. Did he have any long laps? He should be like a lap or 2 back. Okay, alright, that's correct.
Still got a long way up there, we're not even halfway there yet.
I'm looking at the cars, so pushing like that.
He's looking around, he's going to leave around off Andrew's race. People 6 seconds from my Harrison. Harrison top 1 half seconds from our line. Jason holding on to number 6 spot, 5.2 seconds back to the 5. Jones at number 7, 5.2 seconds back to the 6. David Olsen, 7.9 seconds back to the 7. 30 left to go. Now we're on fuel stop. We'll take it away in just a moment. Douglas put at number 3 and final podium spot. Douglas over on the right-hand side of the track. He's up on the front line, they took that down in the pit for the fuel. But Dad is on the rail, ready to go. Fuel gun going in. And on the pit we go. My bad. And we're on the new fuel now. Oh, I got the flames down right at the rollout. Oh, thank God it's in the pit. Top spot, 5.7 from all road.
1450? Okay, so I come in this lap.
Get it going, come on.
Hey, try another tire.
Zero's a lap up on the right.
They can hurry set up to the number 3. They see all right, get him. Top in front, over on the right-hand side of the track. Good pass, fuel stop for Olsen.
Is Jonah for position again?
Uh-oh, got over here with a flame out. Alright, so we got a flame out. We got boost across the line. I'm sorry about the delete that lap. Whoa.
There we go.
Right now in front, Brandon Rose holding on number 2. Douglas sits on number 3. Rose is 3.7 seconds back. On Winchester for that top spot. Lee up in the back section of the track, up over the double he goes. There's Brandon Rose up over the double. Drop last time on the lap, 3.7 seconds, now 3.4 seconds. Still 13.5 minutes left to go in this race. Closing on. And you gotta watch it online that want a chance to win. A single crucial with nitro button built by Brandon Rose. That's rapid will move up here. And probably have tonight or in the morning.
There I have.
A lot of rounds here with a lot of races have been wanting and requesting buggies built by their favorite pros. Brandon's been one of them. So we're going to put up a raffle to the LRC production team for a single crucial with nitro button built by Brandon Rose. It'll be a roller. You got to supply all the electronic motor and everything. It'll be a roller car. That raffle will be up here. We'll make the announcement on the Facebook page. We'll also have it up for the Shaw Cup National. It's going to be for 32 Tech. It'll be me, Daniel, and Keenan in Oklahoma. Keenan coming into the States here for a few weeks. We like to be racing in Oklahoma in solid fashion. So y'all get to see some cruising driving. These people right now leading by Brandon Rose, holding on to the 2. That was 2 will be on the Arizona. We're going to move in the partisan in the 5. Daniel Locke in the 6. They go for the 7. Jason Triple in the 8 spot. Now listen up to the number 4. Tony Rose working his way on the podium right now. They're getting crossed up in the 5. still hanging running out here. Oh boy, hang on to it, buddy.
Time.
There's these touches coming down the front straightaway, down 7 seconds up on Brandon Rose. He's getting to stretch it out a little bit. Number 3, 2.8 seconds up on Wilson. Wilson is closing the gap. You got Brandon Rose right there in front of him. Rose is running into number 2. I believe Wilson has to pass the buggy, but the position advantage goes to Rose. But Rose going to be smart to let him know he's faster, let him go through. There's WC from the ball pass towards finish line. Back to number 3, starting to second up. They have 2.3 seconds separating them. They have no lap traffic or traffic to deal with. Wilson trying to find that running spot. He's got 2 tires coming through that had to be changed out in the pit. Section of the track, the gap last time by 2.3 seconds. Let's see what it'll be this time. It's going to be less the whole thing. 1.4 seconds down. As Wilson closing in on Douglas in a hurry. Douglas working the left hand side of the track, trying to hold on to that number 3. 9 minutes still to go. Big lead. Brandon, Douglas, Jonah. Here's top 4 right now. Jonah Wilson 1.4 seconds behind Douglas last time by the line. That gap is getting smaller and smaller. There he goes down the front straightaway. Oh man, Douglas shoots up his fastest lap of the race at a 24.3. Those hands to either drive on that one, but Douglas laid it down on that lap. He wants to keep that podium position.
Did it count this one?
All right, that base of the left is down to 3 seconds behind front.
Okay, so if I have a long lap, go tell Lance.
Back to an eye on that left hand side of the track.
Yes, go tell Lance. What time?
7-0 drive.
Get somebody else to come up. Be quick.
This is bad. As one more looks down right in front of Douglas and Wilson. Oh man, Wilson all over the backside here of Sheffield. People trying to hold off that charge here from a hard charging Jonah Wilson. Up and over the moment to go. The driver's stand.
Huh?
Wilson all
Come
over
in.
the side of him here. Right hand side of the track. Douglas people are trying to hold on to that number 6. He's down with this one.
Okay.
When do I come in, baby?
For Brandon Rose, Douglas Duco, Jonah Wilson, and Jacob Hardison. Right now, your top 5 staying alignment at number 6. Dave Wilson, number 7. 7:30 left to go. We've got the diving in here for the final fuel stop. Final fuel stop, far on the way. Jonah Wilson getting his fuel. He's getting down the pit. He's going to slot his fuel as the cat is kept away. Special with that top spot right now. Last time by line, the 14% off order with getting his fuel. And with Winchester coming across start by he's got the fuel that he needs to go the rest of the way. This one is coming from one guy. This line is supposed to be. He's going to hold on that number 4. Hardison in 5. Closest battle right now is between Sheffield and Wilson. They're separated by 3.9 seconds.
Yeah.
6:30 left to go, 6:30 remaining. David and Jason Stifler. Invite everybody to watch online for the Dog Stuff National. The coverage will begin on.
Sure, the time just have like a red mark over it.
Short course, Dave truck, micro truck, deep truck. They got a big hockey truck race that they do. Really cool. Lee Pepper still in place that 14 seconds up on Brandon Rose last time on the line. Lee comes off line, he's got 24.5, 5:30 left to go. There's Wilson, he comes off line holding on the 3 spot, 22 seconds on number 2. That now 7.8 seconds between the 1 and 2. And the 2 now 6.3 seconds back. Oh, they also run nitrous. I almost forgot that as well. They run nitrous up as well. Number 59 in the book. Here comes and now second 1 second between 1 and 2. 5 minutes left to go. And 12 there's going to be enough time for the Rain Rose to make up here on these fences. Makes the running real strong out in front.
I'd like to come back yet? I shouldn't say anything. I was wondering if Lexi came back yet.
Yeah, I saw it happening.
Brandon Rose will flame out. He will still be in at number 3 spot. Jacob seeking to finish up. Jacob with a broken right front wheel. Here he comes back to the line. Get ready to finish it out.
Well, everybody, we have made it to the end of the weekend at the 2025 Adrenaline RC Invitational, and we had a pretty great time. It is Wednesday now, so we've had a couple days to recover here after a super long weekend. It was a few weeks of full day works to get everything ready, and then once we actually got to the weekend, we started Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m., which means we had to open at 6, which means I was up at 5. So long days, long weekend, but it was all worth it in the very, very end. Everything went super duper well, super successful. It was an awesome weekend having Elite RC out here, and then Lee did great on the outdoor track. I already like my indoor track, so I'm happy. It was super awesome. Obviously, of course, thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out at the event. And if you didn't get to come this year, hopefully we get to see you next year. Now we are, of course, out here at the outdoor track working on our closeout of the weekend. So for main day, I feel like everything went pretty well. The e-buggy was a bit more on top of the track, I would say. I mean, I feel like generally driving standpoint went pretty well, but the car was, I think it could have been a little bit better. I went out on blues for both the mains, and after the first one, I thought, all right, well, maybe the reason why the car was a bit on top was maybe the diffs were just too light and I hadn't done them throughout the weekend. So I went thicker on them quite a bit. I think I was 10 in the front, 7 in the back, and then, or no, sorry, 10 in the front, 5 in the back, and then I went up to 15 in the front and 10 in the back just to see if it would work. I don't think it made the car any worse, but it definitely didn't seem to alleviate my problem necessarily. Nice and windy, got my hair going crazy. I think it was like 7th or 8th overall. Nothing spectacular at all, but I had fun driving it. Probably the most fun that I had throughout the weekend was with the Nitro car. That was pretty solid pretty much throughout the entire weekend. For the main, I went out on Aqua 2 relapse. I think that might have been a touch on the stiff side, but definitely a relapse, either a blue or an Aqua 2. Obviously hindsight, as we know, is 2020, and without running them, I'm not really entirely positive, but nonetheless, we did Aqua 2 relapse, and they lasted throughout the entire main, which was awesome. Tire wear was definitely a big thing throughout the weekend, was just making sure we could get full runs out of him. I saw a little bit of tread on him, so that was awesome. My driving in the Nitro main, I went with my normal, just smooth and consistent, not necessarily trying to push things, and it worked out pretty well for a very brief period of time. I was up to the 3rd, 4th area, but ultimately at the end, I think I finished 6th. I don't even know. This is a terrible recap because I don't even remember what positions I finished in, but nonetheless, I did very, very well. No, actually, I think it was 5th. It was 5th that I finished. It's coming back to me, I promise. But the big thing for that main is that I feel like I drove well, I drove smooth. I did at the very end have my camber link come loose. I don't know if that was just because it came loose throughout the race or if it was something that I needed to check beforehand. I did check them earlier on and they seem pretty tight, so I think maybe just the lock nut portion, the nylon portion of the lock nut, maybe it just started to go bad. But it made it to literally the last 2 laps of the race, and then I crossed the stripe with 1 second on the clock, so I had to limp around the last lap. But the car drove really, really well. I think everything about it was super solid. I think the biggest thing that I needed was I don't have the long chassis on it yet, so I think the slightly longer chassis and maybe a touch longer of a rear link would have been nice just to have a little bit of extra stability. Plus the carbon tower, I think moving that to aluminum would have been a little better. The grip was super high throughout the weekend, so maybe just a bit too much flex. But those were stuff that I didn't have on hand. So whether I wanted to or not, I couldn't have done that. So I think with what I had access to, and of course my driving capabilities, I think that it went super duper well. Drove a good race. The car lasted almost the entire time. I had maybe, I don't know. I mean, a very handful of wrecks, nothing bad whatsoever at all. So I'm super happy. I had fun. It was a great weekend. Everything went really, really well on both my racing end of things and then, of course, just on the actual race weekend here. So I don't think we could have asked for much better. And I'm having a lot of fun driving toy cars. I want to go do more races. So I got to figure out my funding and I got to figure out my time. But I want to go out and I want to do some more stuff because I'm having a lot of fun right now. Like I said in the Mugen Challenge vlog, there was a brief period of time where I wasn't like ultra thrilled. I was getting a little burnout doing all of the shop stuff and then all the racing. But I'm having a much more laid back approach now. And I'm really, really enjoying driving around. So I want to go out and do more. I'm going to practice more because it's fun. Look at the smile on my face. It's great. I love it. But thank you guys for joining me. This video, of course, I don't think is going to be as long as the Mugen Challenge one. I didn't get as much opportunity to get footage because, of course, I was working whilst also racing at the same time. But I think it'll be a pretty good video. But however long it is, thank you for joining me. Hopefully, we'll see you guys next year at Invitational. And hopefully, I can get out, do some more racing, flip you around, get you one more look at this lovely track here. It was beautiful. What a great weekend. Really didn't get choppy till the very end. There's a touch of chop there at the top and then a touch of chop at the end of the straight. But overall, I mean, the track was spectacular. So thank you again for joining me. As I've said 15,000 times already, and we'll catch you in the next one.